Hi, so in this video I'm going to be looking at the role of miosis in accommodative spasm. So that's when your eyes go into spasm at near, also, you know, a pseudomyopia situation. It can also involve strabismus, latent hyperopia, so anything to do with that. Now, miosis is an excessive contraction of the pupil, that's to filter out light, and that is just that is one of three aspects of over-accommodation, the other two being obviously the focus and convergence, which I have looked at in other videos. So basically, when you bring something in, say about here to read it, if you're over focusing, you're going, well, in any case, you're going to constrict your pupil anyway. That is a normal thing to filter out light. If you've got miosis, you're doing it too much. So basically, it's an overreaction to light that, you know, that you're overreacting to light, basically. So your eye is deciding there's too much light, or, you know, needs to filter out more light than it actually does. So this whole thing came to my attention when I was watching Dr. Premnantini Satganam's, that's a mouthful, but I was watching this lady's video about accommodative spasm and some of the techniques she uses to help children. And one of the techniques that she uses, which I think she's taken from Borish, that's from the 1940s, I think. So his approach was to help people with latent hyperopia, but she's finding this also works well in this instance, with, you know, probably because there's an overlap between these two conditions. Someone with accommodative spasm may well have latent hyperopia anyway, and the same principle of, you know, if you like, pseudomyopia is in play there. So she uses a flipper, so it's like, imagine a stick with, you know, a pair of glasses that way and a pair of glasses that way. So there's minus 25 there, plus 25 there. So she has the child read a text, and she's putting the plus 25, putting the minus 25, putting the plus 25. So the idea is to get the eyes used to having to work a little bit and relaxing a little bit at close. So it's trying to reduce the overstimulus at close. So anyway, what I've been trying to do about this, and I'm finding it works quite nicely for me, is because I haven't got a flipper, so I'm just taking a pair of glasses. These are plus 2s, but I use a plus 1, and I mean, you can take the arms off, but to be honest, I'm not really bothering with that. So especially when I'm looking at something up close, but also all of the time, because the thing with accommodative spasm is it persists. It persists at far, not just near. So anytime I think my eye might start twitching, which it can if I'm looking at the view, it can if I'm looking at someone's face. So I'll do one of two things. I'll put these against my current prescription. So that's a +2 on top of my current prescription. Maybe for a few seconds. And the idea is just to let my eyes relax a bit, then take it away. Apart from anything, I find it does give me a bit of relief. The eyes have just relaxed for a few seconds, then the focus, that they start, they actually seem to start trying to sort themselves out, like positioning themselves a bit better, because I've got a bit of a squint that way. So this eye starts drawing in and feels it's much better positioned. The other thing I do is, because if I'm with people, I don't really want to be doing that. But I just put my hand in front of one eye, like that. And, you can even do that and pretend you're adjusting your glasses. So just one hand in front of the eye for a few seconds. And that works well for me as well. In fact, the hand seems to be working a bit better than the glasses, I would say. But I like to alternate between the two. One, because I've got one eye that this is the eye that spasms. And that is the case often for people with this problem. You find that one eye will be in spasm. So this is desensitizing the eye that spasms a bit. But I also like to use this as well, because because these are plus glasses, it doesn't matter that I'm just placing them back to front. It really doesn't matter. I also like to have these because this means it's bilateral, so the idea of getting both eyes working together at the same time. And I just do it every so often throughout the day, if I feel the need for it. So yeah, I find that quite helpful. The other thing as well, and this is my idea, this one, is tackling the overreaction to light. So it's just kind of like mildly squinting, as if you are looking at a bright light, but without actually doing so. So you could just be, in a normal room or in a corridor or something, and you're just mildly squinting. You're not trying to look at anything. You're just trying to go through that motion of doing the squinting action as it would feel normal, without the stimulus being there. So you're doing it without being overstimulated. So you're trying to get your eyes used to, I guess, what is normal. And I find that I like doing that because I can kind of feel something working there. I can feel what my eyes are meant to be doing. So yeah, that is a couple of things that I'm trying out. They seem to be helping, so I'll probably give it maybe a couple of weeks and give a little update on how well that is working for me.